Hi, my name is Jake and welcome to my YouTube channel. Many investors are constantly concerned about the next market crash by constantly watching the stock price movements, buying or selling stocks based on the media news, and constantly speculating when to sell instead of researching and studying the company's fundamentals. This type of investor feels safe and comfortable only when the stock prices go up, but it actually becomes a lot riskier as the stock price increases since it costs more to buy. When the stock price falls, what we should focus on instead is not to get so caught up on the current stock prices or the media news and make decisions based on emotion. I understand it can get very scary and worrisome when the stock price falls, but rather than worrying about something that we can't control, instead, we should see if there are any changes in the company, such as the company's ability on generating revenue and profit, debt level, brand image, companies focus on retaining the customers, or innovating its products or services. These metrics are something that we can find, research, and study. It's something that we can control by putting time and effort to make smarter decisions instead of making poor choices based on emotion because of the constant market volatility. Let's hear what Amazon founder and the world's richest person Jeff Bezos did after the dot-com bubble crash and what he did to push his company to grow to be one of the most valuable companies in America. I believe that his insight and wisdom can help us to invest smarter and wiser.
Like that. At the peak of the internet bubble, our stock peaked somewhere around $113. Okay. And then after the internet bubble busted open, our stock went down to $6. It went from 113 to 6 in less than a year. So my annual shareholder that year starts with a one-word sentence, and that one-word sentence is the word ouch.
So most of those internet companies of the dot-com era are out of business.
Yeah.
You survived. What was it that made you to survive, and virtually the rest of them are gone?
That whole period is very interesting because the stock is not the company, and the company is not the stock. And so as I watched the stock fall from 113 to 6, I was also watching all of our internal business metrics, number of customers, profit per unit, everything you can imagine, defects, etc. Every single thing about the business was getting better and fast. And so as the stock price was going the wrong way, everything inside the company was going the right way. And people, I think if you focus on the controllable inputs to your business instead of the outputs, in the long term, you get better results. So what are the inputs to a higher stock price? And you say, okay, well, free cash flow and return on invested capital are inputs to a higher stock price. Okay, so let's keep working backwards. What are the inputs to free cash flow? And you keep working backwards until you get to something that's controllable. And a controllable input for free cash flow would be something like lower cost structure. And then you back up from there and you say, okay, well, if we can improve our picking efficiency in our fulfillment centers and reduce defects are very, very costly. It's probably, reducing defects at the root is one of the best ways to lower cost structure.
And what do you say to employees when you obviously have some traders in the stock who are not happy and suddenly the stock is down 25% after a quarter?
Well, since 1997, at almost every all-hands meeting, we have 2 all-hands meetings a year. At almost every all-hands meeting, I remind employees that if the stock is up 10% this month, don't feel 10% smarter, because when the stock is down 10% some month, you're going to have to feel 10% dumber, and it's not going to feel as good. And so it's ownership is we give most of our compensation is done in terms of stock compensation, and part and parcel with ownership is a mentality of long-term thinking. But one of the responsibilities of ownership, and definitely deep inside the Amazon culture, is to think about the fundamentals of the business and not the daily fluctuations in the stock price. There's no information.
When the stock price falls, it's scary, I'm not denying it. Thinking about losing all your hard-earned money within a split of seconds or a minute sounds like a nightmare. However, investors must learn how to think rationally and learn how to endure the market volatility by putting emotion on the side. Most investors enter the market as long-term investors, but when the stock price falls, they quickly become short-term speculative traders. Big returns that most investors dream about are the rewards that you get by being able to endure the market volatility and having the guts to walk the opposite direction from the crowd. If you're too afraid of the freaking market volatility and always thinking about running away from it, you can't really make money by doing that way. But if you're able to find and invest in the company that you understand and give enough time for it to grow regardless of how much price drops, then I sincerely believe that your investment will be very successful in the end. I hope that you learned something in this video, and if you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.